Hello guys, Mr. Agophobia here. Hope you're all doing well. Today I've got a build for the SHD global event exposed, but it's different from everyone else. From what I've seen, you get 155% bonus armor, 40% armor on kill, and you do tons of damage. So if you like my content guys, like and subscribe, and let's get straight into the video. So if you don't know how to activate the global event if you're new to the game, all you do is go to Ports menu, go to Seasons, click on SHD Exposed, and you see at the bottom it says activate or deactivate. So you just activate it. You see I've already done all the boxes. I've already got 50 levels from it since yesterday. But let's show you the build. So the first piece of gear I'm using is the mask, which is a Grupo Sombra piece. You get 15% critical hit damage. It's a blue core, 12% critical hit damage, 6% critical hit chance, and the mod is 12% critical hit damage. So the holster we're using is the Picaro's holster, the named Brazos piece. It gives you 10% skill haste. Core attribute is a blue. Attributes are 6% critical hit chance and 15% weapon damage, so you do get a blue core and a red core from using this piece of gear. So our gloves are the Palisade, the new brand set from this season. One piece gives you 10% armor on kill, that's part of the 40%. But the core attribute is a blue core, 12% critical hit damage and 6% critical hit chance. The backpack we're using is a Seska backpack. We get 10% critical hit chance from that. Core attribute is a blue. Attributes are 6% critical hit chance, 12% critical hit damage, and 11.9% critical hit damage mod. And the talent on the backpack is Bloodsucker. Killing an enemy adds and refreshes a stack of 10% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Max stack is 10, so if you get 10 kills, which is pretty easy, you'll get 100% bonus armor, which is a lot of armor. So the chest piece we're using is a Badger Tough chest piece, which gives us 10% shotgun damage. The core attribute is a blue. The attributes are 12% critical hit damage, 6% critical hit chance, and the mod is 11.9% critical hit damage. And the talent I'm using is Intimidate. While you have bonus armor, gain 1 stack each second up to max of 9. Each stack increases weapon damage by 4% to enemies within 10 meters. All stacks are lost when you have no bonus armor. But that's wrong guys, they haven't changed the description. You get 3 stacks each second, so it only takes 3 seconds to get max stack with Intimidate now. That's why I'm using it, because you get it super quick. And then our last piece of gear that we're using is surprisingly the Ninja Bite Messenger knee pads, which nobody ever uses. I thought you'd be able to take advantage of it in this global event, because it relies on cover to cover to expose the enemies to do the pulse. So the core attribute is a red, 15% weapon damage. The attributes are 6% critical hit chance and 12% critical hit damage. And the talent is parkour, performing a cover to cover vaulting or reloads your drawn weapon and grants 25% bonus armor for 5 seconds. So with the shotgun that we're using guys, you have to reload your pellets individually, which is kind of annoying. So because of this global event, it relies on cover to cover, so when you do cover to cover, it will reload your gun and give you bonus armor, which will do your Intimidate, build your Intimidate up. And because of the cover to cover, you get 30% bonus armor because of the firewall specialization. So our primary weapon is the Sweet Dreams exotic shotgun. Core attributes are 15% shotgun damage, 12% damage to armor, and 10% damage to targets out of cover. And the talent, if you don't have the shotgun yet, is Sandman. Melee attacks instantly kill non-elite enemies. Cooldown is 15 seconds, which this is a really good exotic for heroic content. And those are the mods there. But you can melee enemies basically, so red and purple enemies you can melee in one hit. And you get, you know, when you do cover to cover, you get loads of damage from doing it, so you can easily 1 to 2 shot enemies. So the secondary weapon that I've decided to use is the Emmeline's Guard, the named P90 SMG. Core attributes are 14.2% SMG damage, 21% critical hit chance, and 10% damage to targets out of cover. And the talent is Perfect Preservation. Killing an enemy repairs 15% armor over 5 seconds. Headshot kills improve the repair by an additional 15%. So if you get a headshot, you'll get 30% and you'll get 10% from the gloves from the new Palisade gear set, so you get 40%. So say you lose 50% of your health and then you start stacking your health back up because of these talents, you'll also get bonus armor, so kind of hard to die with this build. But remember guys, you can change this build how you like. This is just how I use it. I like to have a load of blues in my builds, but you can change it to all 6 reds if you want to, and it still perform the same way. You'd still get tons of bonus armor and armor on kill. So the sidearm we're using is the Orbit. You can only get this from named caches and the Dark Zone. Core attributes are 15% pistol damage, 10% damage to targets out of cover, and the talent is Perfect Finisher. Swapping from this weapon within 10 seconds of killing an enemy grants 35% critical hit chance and 40% critical hit damage for 15 seconds. And that's the mod I've got on the pistol. Our primary skill is the Striker Ballistic Shield. You get this by using the Firewall specialization. We are tier 5 because we have 5 blue cores. So we have a tanky shield and we do 13% damage bonus per enemy, plus the mod, which is 5% damage bonus per enemy, so and 1%. Second skill I'm using is the Assault Turret. We're tier 0, but you just throw it down so enemies will shoot the turret instead of you. It won't really matter because the amount of bonus armor you'll have, it's kind of irrelevant. But this is the overall build. We have a Grupo mask, we have Seska backpack with Bloodsucker, that's 100% bonus armor. We do cover to cover with the ninjas, we get 25 from that, so that's 125. You get 30 from the specialization when doing cover to cover, so that's 155% bonus armor potentially. You get 10% armor on kill with the new Palisade gloves. You get a blue and a red core from the Picaro's holster. 10% shotgun damage from the chest. Intimidate activates when you get Bloodsucker and when you do cover to cover. So this build is actually really good for this global event. It takes advantage of the thing you have to do to pulse enemies, which is cover to cover. When the bar at the bottom, the red bar, goes to full. But I'll show you the stats now. So the shotgun, we have 56% critical hit chance and 155.8% critical hit damage. The SMG, we have 60% critical hit chance and 165% critical hit damage. Pistol is 60% critical hit chance and 155% critical hit damage. But I'll scroll down the rest for you. So the specialization I'm using is the Firewall. The reason I'm using Firewall is for the Ballistic Shield, which gives you extra damage. We get the OP Medkit, which is your armor kit recovers 200% armor and 200% health over 10 seconds, which is just ridiculous. We get 15% shotgun damage, 15% SMG damage, and 15% sidearm damage. And the main reason that I use the Firewall medkit, Firewall specialization, is because when you do cover to cover, which you have to do in this global event, you get 30% bonus armor during cover to cover, and while you're doing cover to cover, because of that bonus armor, that will stack up your Intimidate. So it's actually really good, this build, guys. But that's the build, guys. Give it a go. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting.